Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I was finally able to get out to the Goodwill and actually use my camera. I remembered finally. So here we are at a Goodwill that I don't really find too much at this Goodwill. I'm looking at a Canon printer right here. Nothing very exciting, just a photo printer. And I don't really find good stuff at this Goodwill. But when I do, usually it's pretty good stuff. And so I'm walking here through the electronics section, kind of looking for computer stuff, computer components, probably maybe router or cable modem. I think I need to get a wider angle on this, or a wider view angle on my GoPro. But what happened here, I saw something earlier and I was just kind of, right after I turned on the camera, I kind of just lost sight of it. And so I'm looking back and forth. I'm like, what the heck? What happened to this thing? Or did it just disappear on me? Or did someone grab it? It was a cable modem, which I think I have to put my little basket down, because at this one they don't have carts, they have little baskets. And here it is, Aris cable modem. And what I'm looking for here is the model number. And when it comes to cable modems, they're all pretty generic. But what you're going to look for are the more modern ones, and they'll have that DOCSIS, DOCSIS 3.1. Now, I quickly looked it up on eBay and determined that this was not one of those, so I put it right back and passed it up. And here's something that I, love picking up. A nice keyboard, vintage keyboard. It is a Kensington brand, which is a good brand. However, it was pretty dirty, and I really didn't want to deal with it. Probably a $25, $30 keyboard. But really, I have plenty of keyboards right now, and I just didn't really want to have to deal with cleaning that keyboard up. That was pretty dirty. And usually a lot of the grime and everything is underneath the keys. So trying to get that out, it's a pain in the butt. Here's a docking station, which some modern docking, this is an older docking station, but I'm taking a second look at it. You find any modern docking stations, I think from like HP, Dell, those are pretty good. This here is an Xfinity Comcast streaming box, and the price was a bit too high, but they go for about $25 to $30. If you can get them new for about $5, that was new. That's how it comes from Xfinity. If you're able to find those for $5 or less, maybe $10 or less, it'd be a pretty good pickup. But here it wasn't. I thought maybe that was a Lisa Frank. No, I picked it up. The quality was it was garbage. It wasn't good at all. I was looking for the name on there. Hopefully there was a name or something, and opted to leave it behind. Here we go. We're looking for Scotty Cameron. I'm looking for anything TaylorMade, maybe Ping, something. But it's pretty rare to find good golf clubs at the Goodwills, at least in my area. I think I showed in a previous video, I found not a whole set, but a good set of Ping golf clubs that I finally was able to pick up and purchase. A bunch of irons. Now I'm just kind of scanning around. I do a lot of scanning. My eyes are, whenever I'm at a Goodwill, my eyes are going. My head's bobbing and weaving. I am looking at everything, trying to spot something. Trying to spot something to kind of draw me in. What is going to draw me in to do a little bit more investigative work in that, in that area or just that little space. Looking for anything interesting pottery here, ceramic, kitchenware stuff. Look for Pyrex. Pyrex is really good right now. Haven't found any Pyrex recently. Clear glass is challenging. It's not an easy. It's hard to make money with clear glass. I'm really looking for crystal, looking for Waterford. looking for baccarat. There was something cool. I found some glassware with etched etched animals on it, but it was more like endangered animals. And these etched endangered animal glasses, they sell for like $20 to $30 a glass if you do find them. I usually quickly move through the wood. I found a handful of good wood items that I've resold over the past year or two. Nothing really exciting. I usually just go right past it. As far as like fake plants or artificial plants, there's some money, definitely money to be made in there. What I found are the snake plants, artificial snake plants, do really well, sell relatively quickly. Keep your eye out for artificial snake plants if you do see them. I see a few people there in that aisle, so I'm kind of moving around, moving back down through the wood and basket area. There's another reseller there with those those orange shoes there. I don't know him, but definitely seen him there. Not sure what I was. Oh, I was reaching for that. I thought maybe that might have been. No, I reached for that because I saw the old tag on it. It had an old tag from, I guess, where it was purchased at. I think I'm gonna scan it right now. Google Image is your friend. It's gonna help you in situations like this where you don't really know what it is. And it has to be something that Google Image will. It has to be something that's kind of unique or has some sort of picture on it, some sort of pattern on it that the Google search will be image search will be able to pick up on. I don't know if you see my cart there, but I have a Minecraft Lego set. I was a little not worried, but I was a little caught off guard because that was in the glass. This thing right here I have picked up in my hands, I'm showing you right now, is a video capture device, Elgato. Definitely want to look out for those.
Excuse me.
That box was empty, but I was hoping that maybe the little device was somewhere and I would be able to match it up with the box. But like I was saying, I have that Minecraft in there, and I don't know if they were watching me or what, because I asked the guy to help me in the glass, and he just gave it to me and let me have it. Usually they'll take that item and put it behind the counter and wait for you to come pay for it. But I don't know, I felt like people were watching me for some reason. Here we're going upstairs. We're going up to the Goodwill. It's called the Loft. It's a upper, high end. It isn't high. It is a high end Goodwill location. Basically, everything's priced up here. Really expensive. And the items here aren't necessarily high end items. It's just what they believe is high end. And usually a lot of the stuff is like, you'll find I'm taking a picture of these shoes to send to my wife.
All right, how you doing?
Nikes, new products like new Nikes, new shoes, new clothing, clothing like Banana Republic. If it's brand new, it'll usually go up here. They have a cart up here. They still bring up carts full of stuff. I'm checking out these Vans. They were nice and clean. I wouldn't have picked those up to resell. More or less looking to see for myself. And like I said, a lot of the shoes I'm buying nowadays, I am not buying to resell just because that market's gone down. And more or less looking for my size. Picked this up, thought it was unique. Not very good quality, but they did. It was cool, but not that cool. Kind of showing you guys this Goodwill loft, or the loft at the Goodwill here. Just trying to get you guys a good view of what it looks like. It is a area where you need to be careful. You need to know what you're doing when you're operating up here. You'll see all the major brands up here. You'll see Nike. You'll see Adidas. You'll see Coach. You'll see Kate Spade. Purses, wallets, jewelry. You'll see high-end glassware. You'll see it all up here. And you need to be cautious because you can get into a trap of where you're paying too much. You're paying way too much for items that you shouldn't be. There's a nice decanter. That lid did not match the decanter. Pretty plain, nothing that I was really excited about. Checking out the jewelry here. Those look like real freshwater pearls, although, yeah, not really into pearls. Not really my jam. Taking a look at the jewelry here. I know I featured in a previous video. Look out for Jess Mahari. So I'm keeping an eye. I see that amber there. I don't think I have it on video, but I do take a look at that piece of amber later, and there was a couple of cracks in the back. Checking out their shoes. There's some Prada shoes there, and they're priced like something crazy, like $200 something. Designer shoes don't really seem to be, don't really sell for designer prices, like designer handbags or designer clothing. Shoes stick to the major brands. Nike, stick to Adidas. Yeah, the designer stuff, Prada and all them, they do sell well and they will sell high, but people will price them up, especially the Goodwill. The Goodwill will price those things up, and they're even into getting them kind of authenticated. I don't know, I'm not familiar with their authentication, who they use for authentication, but they will have some authentication paperwork there. Here's some Wakanda. I believe these are Adidas. Adidas did that Wakanda pretty well used bottoms there on those shoes. So just a quick look at the bottoms, and not enough tread on the bottom. So here I'm at the purses. This is where this is why I come here, primarily purses. And I'm looking at a purse right now. It's a Coach purse. And I wish my camera angle was a bit higher here, so you guys can see this. Do I take it down? Yeah, do I take it down and show it? Yeah, I do. Hopefully I get a good camera view of this one. This is a nice vintage Coach. I am going to Google image it. You should see me Google image it. $43.59, as you can see. Priced up Coach. Coach, in my opinion, isn't, on the resale market, isn't that great. Unless you get it for a good price. $43 for just a regular modern Coach. I'm not paying $43 for a modern Coach. This one here is a little unique. I hang it up so I can get a good shot of it. Normally I would be carrying it with me, but there was nobody else here in this Goodwill, and I want to take a look at the other purses. There's nothing for me to put anything into here around here. There's no carts. There's nothing to roll around. They won't let you bring up anything from downstairs. So downstairs is just a regular Goodwill. So they don't like the mix and match. I'm looking at different solds. When you Google search it, it's going to give you all kinds of stuff from across different platforms. You'll see eBay stuff. You'll see like Poshmark and everything. So the value might be a little everywhere. So here I am double checking things in eBay. I'm noticing it's going for close to around $400, and so I'm going to grab that right there. This is the big reason why I come to this Goodwill, are the purses. Yeah, I'll go through the clothing, I'll walk through shoes. I have picked up shoes and other things here, but the purses here, all the higher end purses will go here, and they'll be priced up, but there's some that are missed, like this vintage Coach that I just grabbed. There's another vintage Coach that I do grab. I had already turned off the camera at that time, but stay tuned the rest of the video. I'll do a recap on stuff I picked up, especially that stuff I picked up not on camera. Here's the Kate Spade, I believe. And I found a brand. I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about this later in the video, but I found a brand called Delvolux, Delvoux, I believe. I found that here at this Goodwill here. So they have a nice little modernish look to this Goodwill, little stylish look to this Goodwill to kind of match the items and what they have. Not sure if I'm just double checking that purse or what I'm looking. Oh, I might be just looking up these shoes here. I saw those Nikes there, and I just kind of wanted to get an idea. I might be looking up that purse. I can't even see my phone. I don't have it in the frame here. There we go. I wanted to quickly Google image that and see what. This area doesn't have the best reception, but it does have a Xfinity hotspot. So be on the lookout when you're out and about and you're trying to look stuff up. In my area, if you have Xfinity, you can usually get connected to their hotspots. They have them throughout the city. It's free if you're a customer. And in this area, for some bizarre reason, it's just the reception is just poor. So I know there's an Xfinity here, so I link up with Xfinity really quick, and I'm able to continue moving on with my business, looking stuff up. I'm checking out these boots, and the reason why I'm checking out these boots is I saw some boots. Thorogood is the brand name. Some Thorogood shoes. It's like a work shoe, kind of steel toe. They're more known, I believe, for their work boots. And I'm just taking a look to see if I see any here. These were all about $109. Not really into boots. Not my thing. And $109, I'm not buying into that. They might have been worth it, but at $109, not for me. And then I'm looking at some more boots, just checking to see if they're that Thorogood brand, because those do go pretty well, up $100, $120. And I don't bother with art. Too big, too bulky. I mean, if I see something, spot something that's going to be $1,000, then I'll worry about shipping and everything at that point. But I have yet to find a good art piece. Double checking these shoes, the size on them. Thinking maybe I'll buy them for myself. But I'm moving on out. Boom, and here we are. Just like that, we're over at Savers. Now, my wife knows, and Savers isn't my favorite place. But there have been some big hits over here at Savers. Oh, I'm showing that Pebble watch. I think I mentioned later in this video that I didn't show it, but I did show it. Oh, I did show those watches, yeah. I already shot the rest of this video. It's going to come out tomorrow. So here we are. I found some big hits here. Books in the book section, graphic novels. Kind of going through the first two aisles here. Just taking a look, seeing what's there. I'm going to come back to these aisles a little bit later. Really just looking quickly, scanning through here, looking for anything cool like Glassy Baby. Keep your eye out for Glassy Baby. I have yet to find a Glassy Baby. My wife finds all the Glassy Baby. I have yet to find one myself. As a matter of fact, I probably should have found the last one because I walked into the Goodwill first to where it was sitting and should have spotted it initially, but she got it. So I'm still on my quest to find my first Glassy Baby, for those of you that are into glassware and stuff. Very nice pieces. But I'm making my way all the way to the books. Trying to get all the way back there. I had already been through the glass section. That's the first stop I make at Savers, is the glass. That's cutting in front of me. And already got 3 items out of the glass that I wanted. And those watches were hanging on the wall. So here we go. This is usually where I found the graphic novels. Sometimes you'll find games hidden back here, and I have found N64 games hidden back here, PS2 games hidden back here, and I have bought and sold those from out of this area. Toys are usually not very good. I saw this. It looked interesting, and I'm going to quickly look this up here and see if it has any value.
Astro Adventure.
I'm kind of just talking straight into the phone sometimes. Sometimes I don't even bother typing. I'll just say what it is. Everybody, there's a bunch of resellers in my area. I ran into a guy earlier in the day, and we were just chit-chatting about how our sales are going. This week's been a pretty good week. Today was kind of a down day. Today's Thursday the 14th. I only had 5 sales on eBay. It was kind of crappy. Well, technically 8 sales, but I'm waiting for 3 payments, so who knows if those are going to go through. But I already had a great week already, so I'm not nothing to complain about. We're doing pretty good for the week. And I'm scanning the shelves. I'm looking for those graphic novels. Graphic novels are what I'm looking for here. That is what I found here in the past. Star Wars graphic novels. Found some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm looking down, looking at the magazine section. So I have found some strategy guides down there before as well. The CDs and the DVDs. Oh, I see a Nintendo GameCube AV cable. Put it in the bag. I end up not picking that up towards the end. But this is where the games will be. They'll be hidden among the DVDs. I don't know if they do that on purpose or not, but they are there. I'm quickly scanning through everything. But at this point, I've kind of been out for a little while already, and I want to hurry up and get back home. They do have orders to still ship out. I didn't do it in the morning because I was lazy, and I woke up late. Looking at some VHS really quick. Not really my game, but if it's going to make me money, I will definitely pick it up. And here we go. Scanning more. Scanning. On the other side, there's another reseller, clothing reseller on the other side. Let's see over here. I turn the corner and I see this guy just looking at everything. Oh, there he is. Grabs his stuff, finds a quiet place. He thinks it's quiet, but here I come. And he's going through his clothes, checking everything out there. I don't know. I just can't. I found some great clothes here, and Savers, I think, is a good area for clothes. Marked up, definitely. Get your 20% discount. Donate something, get your 20% off coupon. I'm scanning here, looking at these books over here. Looking to see if anything's interesting. And I'm going to snap up here. And that was nothing. And then I see some other books here, like some history books here. I'm going to find out shortly. It's Time Life. There it is. Time Life, and Time Life is no. Put that right back. It was my first time doing actual Savers video, Goodwill video, that too. And I'm watching my video as I'm doing this voiceover, and actually looking pretty good. I wasn't sure how the video was going to turn out. Vintage Dell computer there. No pickup. Go turn the corner again. There's still more books here. I mean, if you're a book reseller, Savers, I know in our area, you buy 4, get 1 free. So, pretty good deal. Then use your 20% off coupon on that, and you're rocking and rolling. Everything's kind of a mess in this section. I'm trying to get back to the regular aisles, check out the hard goods. And boom, I spotted an IBM duffel bag. I'm from San Jose. IBM was massive here, huge. They had a massive campus here. My dad worked for IBM forever, almost 40 years at IBM. And I cannot resist not picking up this IBM bag. IBM is iconic to San Jose. They had a massive campus. Everything's been. They sold it. Everything's been rebuilt. They put all kinds of housing there now. So it was huge. Some Eddie Bauer bag. Tossing that back. Then I spot this one actually. I just noticed this. Checking out these cable modems, seeing if there's anything good there. But I noticed this power supply box, EVGA 850 watt power supply box, full of cables. And I think that was $29.99. What was the price on that? And do I show the price on this? It was up there. It was over $20, and it might have been worth it with the cables, but I wasn't sure if they were all EVGA cables, and you can't mix and match your power supply cables. You will more than likely ruin your your motherboard or graphics, whatever else you plug it into. Here we come. We're checking out the keyboards. We're getting to the keyboards. Oh no, nah, that's not worth it. I'm trying to make my way to the keyboards, looking for mechanical keyboards, vintage keyboards, ergonomic keyboards, and where do I go? I see another cable modem down there. Nothing exciting. It's an older model. Go. Nothing there. I'm testing out the keys, trying to see if they're mechanical. There's different variations of mechanical keyboards. Generally, if they're older mechanical, they usually hold quite a bit of value. Here's an ergo keyboard, not a very valuable one, but would be worth it to pick up. Trying to see if the little dongle is there. With these Microsoft ones, you got to watch out for. They are great keyboards. I do use one myself. However, you need the dongle, and you need that specific dongle to that specific keyboard. So be careful if you're looking out for ergo keyboards. Logitech usually are pretty good. Usually they have a universal plug, and then you can pretty much buy one of those and still connect it wirelessly. A lot of modern ones are Bluetooth, so you can hook it up Bluetooth. Don't need the dongle. Here we go, scanning. We're scanning through the kitchen stuff, and I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything worth picking up for me on this trip. But then again, this is just during the week trip, which I'm not really looking just to snatch up anything and everything that can make me profit. I'm looking at a Roku controller here, not to resell for myself. My current Roku is possessed, I think, so I need a new one. Here we go with golf clubs again. Looking for Scotty Cameron, looking for TaylorMade, looking for something that is of value. Later on in the day, though, when I go out with my wife, I do find a golf bag, Nike golf bag. If you see Nike golf clubs, I didn't mention that earlier. Nike golf clubs are worth picking up. Nike does not make golfing equipment anymore, so anything golfing Nike could be a good pickup for you. I picked up a Nike bag. It was kind of messed up on the bottom, but everything else still works pretty great, and it's in great condition. Last sold comp for $129.99. I'll feature it in a video probably in a couple days. It's a big item, so I'm going to figure out boxing that in the future, or if it sells. I want to take a look at the mugs. I'm looking for my favorite mug, which is a Deneen mug. I have found them here before. And this lady's just kind of scanning through everything, and I don't want to force her out of the way. Although sometimes you do have to force people out of the way. Sometimes it's get right behind them with that cart, and then they'll kind of sense your presence and start moving along. Here we are looking at the glasses, glassware, drinkware. Again, a tough area to make profit in, but it's possible. It is possible. Just hard. You really gotta know your stuff. Be willing to put in the work. Make sure you have the storage space, glassware, mugs. That stuff is kind of annoying to store. And nothing there. Woman's still in the way, so I'm just gonna move on out. I was kind of looking over his shoulders, look at the mugs. I always keep my eye out for my favorite mug, for Deneen pottery mugs. We're moving down the next aisle. This aisle is kind of barren, kind of just office stuff. I already know I kind of never find anything in this aisle, so I'm just moving along here. But you never know. You never know. Sometimes somebody would pick something up, drop it off in an aisle that you didn't know, it wasn't supposed to be there. Taking a look, seeing if I see anything IKEA as well. IKEA is something to definitely look out for. I didn't get on video, but I went to a Goodwill before this, and I found IKEA curtains, and I got them for $7, and I think $7 or $8. and they end up going for about 60 bucks. Here's the baggy wall. I bought a calculator. You might want to take a look at calculators. I don't really buy TI calculator. I know a lot of people say buy TI 84 pluses or TI 83 pluses, and I don't know. I just don't ever find really good ones, good quality ones. Or I believe that woman is stealing something right in front of me, but I'm not. You can't really do anything. I mean, at least in our state, you can't really do anything about it. You need to let them go. I'm looking up that calculator. It's a Casio calculator. I do find out it's not worth anything, and I go ahead and put that back. But I found a calculator recently, which is in a video. It's called Noon Lock, I believe it was. The white calculator. That one turned out to be pretty good. A pretty good buy. But definitely look them up. You know, you never know. I found that holy grail of calculators, which was the HP Financial Calculator 11C or B. And that turned out to be a nice sale, which usually goes for about $100. This one is not, and there it is. I'm showing at the camera what not to pick up. Goes for like $7 to $8 is what I found out. Turn the corner. I'm gonna head back over to the baggy wall. So I'm gonna drop that off. I do spot here a Lost Action figure, which I didn't know they made Lost Action figures. It is a McFarlane. They have it priced at $25. His barcode, so I'm just gonna quickly scan it with eBay. Go over to barcode. That new barcode update doesn't really work that well. I don't know why, but I find out it goes for about $25, which is what they're selling it for. Wasn't going to be worth it, not even with the 20% off coupon, which you get from donating an item. Anything you donate here at Savers. Here we go. We're looking at the Bath and Body Works candles. Is it brand new? We're taking a look at it really quick. I'm going to just take a look at the scent. I just want to see if the scent is, a more valuable scent. Usually they all are. Usually I'm picking them up, and I do pick this one up. You definitely want to look out for the 3 wick candles, the larger candles. The smaller candles, kind of depends. They'll be lower priced, and I do have some smaller candles, and they go for about $15, so not bad if you get it for the right price. These are priced up about $8. I'm gonna get 20% off of that, so they go for about $25. So I'm gonna. These are that candle's listed already. Just take a look at this. This is nothing. The smell is kind of offensive, but that one's a good one. I do spot another one. It is the other Bath and Body Works brand, which is White Barn. Oh no, I was gonna quickly look that up just to be sure. I didn't want to leave any money there on the shelves. I wasn't sure because Sonoma is generally a good brand when it comes to like kitchenware and stuff. I'm not too familiar with their candles, but I didn't find anything on it, and I passed on it. I didn't like the smell at all. And proceeding on through. Really nothing else here on these shelves here. It's kind of that's the way it usually goes with Savers. I usually don't find anything on there too much on their hard good shelves. I usually concentrate on the glass, and then jewelry, and then books. But I am going to walk through and just take a look just to be sure. I don't want to pass anything up. I see this fiber optic. I think it's a tree topper. Fiber optic, like the old school, like light up plants and stuff, are pretty good. I've sold a number of those. I'm gonna put this in the cart. I'm trying to look up the comps, and it comps out right around $30-ish or so. Would be a good buy, but I don't show it here, but I do take it to the back to go test it really quick, just to make sure it works. But right after I pull it out of the case, I see it's pretty dirty, and it looks like some of the parts are coming off of it. And I just decided I'm going to put it back. I'm not going to bother with it. I'm looking for stuff that during the week I'm looking for stuff that I can quickly clean, get the price tag off, and quickly get up and listed on eBay as quickly as possible, so they can sell very quick and make a good profit. Either way, that's going to finish up my trip here to Goodwill, and we'll continue with the video right now. Okay, everybody, so you just saw the walkthrough of a Goodwill and Savers. And a few things that weren't shown in those videos, and me and my wife, we went to Goodwill a little bit later after she got off work, and just an amazing day of finds. During the week, I'm not going for quantity, I'm going more for the quality of items. And the quality is either, and what I determine quality is something that sells fast, or is high profit, high value items. So you saw me pick up these candles, priced at about $25. I already have these up and listed already, so $25 a candle right there. Candles are great. Again, Bath and Body Works. We buy these candles from Bath and Body Works. They're expensive, and sometimes these, I don't know if these are discontinued or not, these scents, but we have Tutti Frutti, which is an Easter scent. Then we have White Tea and Sage, and this is the White Barn variant of Bath and Body Works. So no-brainer pickups. A little higher in price. It was Savers, but we did get the 20% off. We used our coupon. I have like 4 or 5 coupons from just donating stuff that I just collect. And when I go into Savers, it's rare that I actually buy stuff at Savers, but $25 each on those ones right there, and those were, I think they were $7.99 each candle, so a little bit higher. Typically in Goodwill they're around the $5 range, so that's all right. We'll still make some money on that one. What you didn't see was what I grabbed from the glass, and a couple things I grabbed from the glass. There was this Amazon Echo input that I got, but I'm going to use it out here in the garage. I took my Echo out of here to put it inside, because I had the video Echo, and I wasn't a big fan of it. It's too bright. I had it in the room. So, oh, here's the box right here. So I got this right here. But new. But if you find this brand new out there, it goes for like $40. So Echo input. You need a speaker for this one. So it has an auxiliary cable. It has a power cable. It has a power adapter. But you have to plug this one into a speaker to hear it. So it has no built-in speaker. And there's some advantages to it, some not. I know when it first came out, people were like, "What is this? Why don't you just give me the speaker one?" No, people want this still. It's still pretty valuable on eBay. So if you do find this brand new, it goes for about $40. And used, I didn't really look up the used, but I think it goes for probably goes for about 20 or so. Probably I would say about half what was new. But a little cool device. Somebody used it out here in the garage. I hooked up my speaker already. That's good to go. What you also didn't see me grab from the glass was a video game. This was $5. Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. Probably one of the greatest games, one of the top games that are out there to have ever been released. If you've ever played it, you know, great story, great addition to the Star Wars universe. Just an amazing game. I've played it multiple times. I played part 2. I played the MMO as well. This one is still right up there as one of the best games of all time. One of the best Star Wars stories of all time as well, too. An amazing game. It's complete in there. Everything's complete. It has the manual and everything. This goes for about $20. So not a crazy, like, huge profit. You know, we'll make about $12 or so, but I couldn't pass this up. It was sitting there in the case. It's a PC game. I'm a PC gamer. Yeah, this game, one of the best games, the game of the year, one of the best games of all time. So I had to pick that up. That's gonna be an easy, quick sell. The other thing I picked up from the glass and Savers was this Final Fantasy figure. Now, I paid up a little bit for it, 40 bucks. But remember, 20% off because you get the coupon. Make sure you have a donation for Savers. Even if you have a Savers locally and you have some donations, I would recommend dropping them off there, getting the coupon, stash it in your car, stash it in your wallet. You never know when you walk into a Savers and you find, you find something. Then boom, you can whip out that coupon. You have that 20% right off the bat. Or carry something in your car. Carry something you can donate really quick, so that way you can get that coupon. So that way you don't pay the full price. However, I think the only coupon only goes up. It'll give you 20% up to $100, I believe. I think is what it is. So there's a limit, but nonetheless, I get that 40 bucks, then 20% off knocks it down. So a little bit better. I'm enjoying a nice Knob Creek, American whiskey. I got this, this glass. This glass was purchased at a Goodwill. An amazing glass, Sometimes you find stuff, and I can't bring myself to sell it. An amazing, just crazy etching on this glass. That's wild. I mean, just a huge, usually there's this, the name is etched in there or something, or a logo is just kind of etched. This is like a huge, just completely etched in. Really nice glass. I don't even know what the comps are. I couldn't bring myself to even look it up to try to sell it because I wanted it. But I got 3 glasses and the decanter. I think I showed the decanter too, but either way, having a late night nightcap here. Now, the problem with the figure is it's missing the stand. And the woman at the desk there even told me, she said, yeah, someone came and looked at it, saw I was missing the stand, just want to let you know. Looked up comps, $250 used complete. So, the only thing missed, this is the figure here. It's Final Fantasy. The character is Blood, what is it? I don't know, maybe it's not. I thought it said Bloodstorm. Oh no, perhaps. I'm not 100% up to date with my Final Fantasy, but nonetheless, this is what the character looks like. Really cool design. It's not, it's not resin or anything like that. It's kind of just plastic, but really cool design, really cool figure. And I figure if $250 goes to $250 used without the stand, maybe $150 for the figure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll update you guys. I'll update you guys in a what's sold video on that one. But hopefully, maybe about $150 on that guy. So about $100 profit. Now we're getting to the good stuff here. So one thing I was in the video earlier. The next one I picked up as I was checking out. I looked in the bin that was up there, and I just at the Goodwill loft. I just reached. I saw this on the top of the bin. Top of the stuff that was in the bin, reached down, grabbed it, and I told the lady, just throw this in there for me, and picked it up. Let me show you this one really quick, because this not as exciting, but kind of cool. Kipling bags. It's a cool brand. I really like the brand. I have a Kipling roller bag that I use, and I really like it. I really like Kipling. However, I'm surprised that people really know what Kipling is. So, but people know what it is, and they priced it up. This was luckily not priced crazy. It's $16.49. With Kipling, though, if you're into reselling it, if you're gonna resell it, we're not gonna resell this. My wife wants it. You need to make sure it comes with a little gorilla. Kipling's known for the little gorilla. You gotta have the little gorilla, otherwise, this could be like half the value of the whole bag. Sometimes it's kind of strange, but you make sure it has the gorilla. But Kipling, really cool. This is a little fanny pack. It goes for about 30 to 40 bucks, so I'll still make profit on it if I choose to sell it, or if we choose to sell it. But like I said, my wife wants to hold on to this, so Kipling, keep your eye out for it. Especially at garage sales, like you can probably find it for. I have found Kipling for around $5 and less at garage sales. So, but at Goodwills and at even the flea market, they price this stuff up. So at the Goodwill, it's usually not. At the flea market, usually not in great condition. So, but Kipling, look out for it. Good brand. It resells pretty well. Now, big hits here. That's a big hit right there. But we got some big hits coming up right now. Coach. Now, you saw this one in the video earlier, this big one here, and this one here, you know, I comped it out. It's this same version last sold for $440. So probably like, I mean, in this condition, I mean, it's got some wear to it, definite usage, maybe about $400. I'll probably post it for $400 best offer and see what I get for it. Has all the accessories on it. It's vintage. It's Coach. It's leather. It's got that, I guess, doctor bag is what the design is. That interior. I was looking at another purse while I was there, and it was similar interior. It was Coach. It was vintage. Had like a patent leather, so that glossier leather. And but it was missing the crossbody. It was only going for maybe about $100. And it was listed for 43. This one was 43, so I just couldn't bring myself to get it. If you're not into purses, I would recommend, if you're interested in getting into purses, to get into purses. Purses sell year-round. You got to get to know what's, you know, the brands. With purses, the brands are everything. Yeah, you can get by selling, you know, generic stuff that's sold like a Target or Walmart if you buy it cheap enough. But to really make good money in purses, you got to get to know your Coach, your Michael Kors. Then you got to know your higher end stuff as well too. Like I said, I've sold the I forget how to pronounce it. Delvelux brand. I mean, you got to, and a lot of this stuff, like a lot of the higher end brands, especially, or the vintage brands, kind of fly under the radar, especially at Goodwills. They don't really know exactly what, you know, the going market rate is for those. They see Coach, they price Coach usually around $40. It's $43 for that Coach, and it will fly under the radar. All these higher end purses will fly under the radar. They'll flag them as a more higher end purse, price them up accordingly. And like in my area, I have that higher end Goodwill. They call it the loft. They will, you know, put it up there in the loft. But if you know what you're looking for, and you don't even necessarily have to know the name of the brands, if you know the feel, the look, it'll feel higher end, it'll look higher end, it'll have a weight to it usually. Look it up, look up the name, look at the names, just go out and look up names. Just go to Goodwill, you know, and look up names of purses. Get familiar with what's high end and what's not high end. Trust me, there is a lot of money to be made in purses. Vintage purses, of course, high end purses. One brand that really does fly under the radar a lot is not Longaberger. It's a Long Branch. Oh man, I can't think of the name right now. It's called I have some. Hold on. Longchamp. Look it up. Longchamp. Longchame. Pretty sure. Let me just look it up really quick. Yeah, Longchamp bag. Look for Longchamp. Those ones really do fly under the radar, and I found some leather ones. They even make a like a tote, like a foldable nylon tote version, which doesn't look like much, but if you find it, it sells pretty well. It may not sell for hundreds, but it does sell pretty well. So look out for Longchamp. That is a great brand. We find it all the time at flea market and Goodwill, and they resell very well and usually very quickly. So get to know purses, look up brands. Like I recommended in previous videos, go to Macy's, go to Nordstrom, just get a feel for the higher end leather purses that are out there. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay, now this Coach bag was an amazing find right off the bat. As soon as I picked it up, I kind of knew, and then just did it, you know, like you saw earlier. I don't know if I showed it exactly on camera, but where I just quickly took a Google image of it, and then that was it. I was picking it up. Now, the purse I threw in at the last second here was this one here. Now, this one is a Coach bag. vintage Coach. I knew it was vintage Coach right off the bat. Also, get familiar with what's vintage, what's not vintage, because your vintage stuff is gonna be usually, not all the time, is gonna be your big money right there. So, I knew really quickly. I identified it rather. Actually, I identified it rather quickly in the bin, and so I just scooped it right up, threw it right in, and knew it was going to be probably $50-$60. It was $23, but little did I know once I got home. This is a 9023 model Coach purse, which is the what's it called? It's called the Mini Willis. What exactly do they call it? It's called the Winnie Flap Messenger Mini Willis. It's a vintage. It's a 90. It's vintage. It's a 90s brand. And previous sold comps on bids, right around $550 for this purse on bids. Some other colors went for a little bit higher. Some went for $1,000, not on bids, on buy it nows. But I priced this one at $1,000, and I opened up offers. We'll see how much it goes for. But this little purse right here, Coach, 2 pounds, very lightweight, very easy to store. It is, probably about $800 to $1,000 purse right here. Look at that. And that's going with, I really didn't even know. I didn't know the style. I knew it was Coach. That's all I knew. And I opened it up really quickly. I saw the leather interior. I've bought and sold vintage Coach purses before, so I am familiar with the vintage older Coaches. It's something you just gotta get used to. Once you find them, you kind of know based on the look. I mean, it just looks older, definitely because of the wear, but it just has an old world feel to it. Like, it's just, I know a lot of people out there probably didn't grow up in the 80s and 90s like I did, so, but this is, this is straight up just stuff like that I knew people had back then. Family of mine, had, we couldn't, my sisters couldn't afford Coach at that time, but shoot, I knew people that had purses like this, and like that immediately struck me as, that I knew that was vintage. I knew that was old, and I snapped it right out of the bin. They had actually been working on that bin for once I got up there, and you saw in the video, I pulled out those shoes, those little tiny shoes that were up there. And lo and behold, we have about $1,000, about $400 maybe, depending upon wear and tear. We got about $100 probably over here in profit. About 25, that's $50 in sales, so we're making probably about $40-ish or so on that. I got some more items. We went and picked up some more stuff, but I got a Deneen mug. Adding to my collection of Deneen. No clue what. I have to look this place up, see what it is. But another Deneen mug, $3.39. Definitely pick these. If you want to resell them, they're not crazy valuable. They're great mugs. I'm surprised they don't go for that much. It just depends on what the place is on the front. The Death Wish coffee. If you see the Death Wish coffee, I think it's gone down a bit in value. So it's still though upwards of 50 plus. So if I find the Death Wish, I'm probably keeping it. But Deneen coffee mugs. Just have the branding on it. Let me see if I can. I found another one too. Another Deneen right here. I can't get that. Let me show you this one here. This is another Deneen mug I picked up. Not very exciting. Resells for like $10. So love your melon. But here, I don't know if I showed this exactly, but that's the symbol that you'll find, and that symbol. Sometimes the mug will only have that symbol, and then Deneen Coffee Pottery. Great mugs, awesome mugs. Last find of the day was my wife's, and we have here, yes folks, I tested it. It's not marked, but I tested it. Oh man, gold. I have no idea what the purity is of it. I'll have to like take it to like an expert or something to really get it looked at. But this is a gold box chain. Gold. It was unmarked. So, did we know it was gold right off the bat? No. And it came with a rather... Let me show you this. It came with a... This little funky plastic. It's not even glass. Plastic little faceted thing. So, drop. This was on it. This we knew immediately was nothing, but the chain just had a luster to it, and we took a chance. It was $7, and so we took a chance, brought it home. It does have a little bit of a weight to it. So I mean, when you're at Goodwill, there's no, unless it's marked, and if it was marked, it probably wouldn't even be in the glass, in the jewelry glass. So. But I found silver. You know, I have a belt buckle here. This isn't anything crazy. I mean, probably about $30 or $40. But I found a silver. It wasn't sterling silver. It was just straight up silver belt buckle before. All silver belt buckle. Sold it for around $300. I found a silver coin. And the thing is. If it's not clearly marked like 925 on these products, or you know, gold is not marked 14 karat, the Goodwill is not going to know, and usually they'll just put it out. They don't do any advanced testing or anything like that. As far as I know, they'll just put it out there. So when we find these things, I mean, if you know what you're looking for, it's all based on look and weight and touch, you know, and it'll just look different. Like sometimes when you see clear glass you can see a difference between just glassware and glass that's called crystal glass, which has lead added to it and other stuff added to it to give it more of a clear, more stronger structure. So you can see, like, when you see clear glass crystal, it's like, wow, there's definitely something different about that. Same is true for all these, for silver and gold. You can just kind of tell by looking at it eventually, just by seeing it enough, you'll be like, hey, that looks a little bit different. Now the coin it was a silver coin. It wasn't marked as, it wasn't 100% silver. It wasn't even 925 silver. It was like 90% silver. But it was, I forgot how it exactly was marked. It was marked with a foreign style of identification. So Goodwill probably, when they were sorting, they didn't know. The belt buckle too, it wasn't clearly marked that it was silver. It was marked, but it wasn't clearly marked that it was silver. They're probably looking for 925, and it wasn't clearly marked. And I got those two scores, and then today a nice gold chain. I don't know the exact, if it's 14 karat, 24 karat or anything. I'll have to take it, and probably I'm gonna sell it for, just for scrap. I really don't have a need for a gold chain at all, but I might hold on to it. And hey, if we ever need cash quick, we can definitely sell gold. You can hold on to it, and gold is worth its weight in cash. So it's about 6 ounces. So I mean, if it's 24 karat, that's about a little over $300 or so in gold. So not bad, not a bad find. If you guys keep at this, if you guys keep going to Goodwills, you're gonna find scores like this as well too. The more you go, the more knowledge you get, the more stuff you see out there, the more stuff you look up. Eventually you're going to get to the point where you will be able to identify stuff, vintage. You'll be able to identify what's authentic, what's not authentic. You'll be able to see the differences in metals. you'll be able to see the difference between vintage and not vintage. You know, there's tons of profit out there, and you know, a day like today just kind of proves it. I mean, this Coach purse was $43. The one that's more expensive, the one that goes for more money, was half that. It was like $23 right there. So keep searching out there, guys. Keep hunting. You're gonna find this stuff. You're gonna hit it big. Everybody does. I know other people that resell too and hit Goodwills, hit flea markets, and yeah, the other thing too I didn't talk about in my previous video was storage units. You can definitely get into storage units. That's a whole nother beast, a whole nother animal. And I have friends that do that, and there is some big money in that. But with big money comes big work. So you got to pick your battles. But I mean, look what I found. Look what I got here, just on this table. About $2,000 worth of items, and just these few. Oh, I didn't even talk about the watches. I didn't show this one, just the Pebble watch steel. I saw this in the glass last week at Savers. This week it was hanging on the jewelry rack, which is the what they consider lower end stuff. Priced at $15 in the glass. When it pulled it out, it was priced at $4. For parts, goes for about $30. This watch I kind of just grabbed on a whim. I got to the register. I was like, let me just look it up really quick. No sold comps. Maybe it's about, I don't know, comped at about $10 or so. But this was a $3 watch, so snatch that up. We're looking at good profit here, guys. See you guys in the next video. Give me that thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any comments. I'd appreciate a subscribe.